What's going on, everybody? Welcome to what'd you call it last week, Zach? Our preview episode.
Yeah,
Isn't
preview.
that
The
isn't that the
preview.
name? The preview for football this week. But we do have baseball to start off. Cardinals, Brewers, MLB news from around the league, as there's only like 2 or 3 weeks left in the season.
Yeah.
College football week 3, NFL week 2. We have our predictions, things to watch for. We have our did you see it's like we always do. And in the middle of it, we have, I guess maybe probably towards the beginning because football always takes a while. Nathan Walker of the St. Louis Blues will be joining us. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But Zach, you doing all right? You doing good?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Just
Living, surviving, thriving.
thriving. There you go.
Um, yeah, I've been good. Just been busy with work. Um, yeah, it's really all I've done. Watched the Cardinals yesterday, obvious reasons. If you're a
For
Cardinal fan
sure.
and didn't watch,
Yep.
fake. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, excited to watch the Cardinals. The Cardinals play tonight, correct? Yeah, they play
Yes.
the Brewers again. No,
The Reds. Yeah.
Reds. Yeah, the Brewers are just a 2-game series. Yeah,
Hmm.
watch the Cardinal game. Honestly, if Albert's in the lineup, I will watch the Cardinal game. If he's not, I'll probably watch football
It's a good way to think. Yeah, that's
and
true.
cheer for Justin Herbert.
Me too, bro. So we'll go over our predictions, but I'm afraid with no Keenan Allen tonight, it's going to be kind of tough for him. Yeah, they're going
Yeah.
to need somebody to step up. Maybe Mike Williams, who didn't do anything next last week,
Yeah,
can
well,
do
Herbert
something.
played good. Okay, okay, we gotta save it.
Yeah, yeah. But no, yeah, that Nathan Walker interview. Sadly, you weren't able to make it. I told him even at the end, I was like,
Work grind.
I was really hoping you guys were going to be able to make it because that was a really good opportunity for us and a lot of fun. He's very personable and it seemed like he really enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, I guess we can get started with our
Wait,
did you
AJ,
see it? What's going
how are
on?
you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm chilling. I have work starting up, I guess coming up this next week finally. What
Is
else do I
this your
have?
like god awful schedule you set for yourself?
The night shift?
Yeah.
Yeah, the night shift. Yep.
Oh God.
But yeah, that's gonna be rough. But I've been going to my classes ever since the Colorado trip, and then I just got my car back today, and that thing looks good, dude. It looks. I don't know if you remember how bad it was looking before.
Do you have a rim on the tires? It's
I don't.
still
I don't have that.
okay. Can still identify your car
Yeah. But it looks different because it's super. They cleaned it out really well, I guess. So it looks really like I don't
on
know,
the
nice.
inside.
But on the tire where the rims is
Ooh,
missing.
nice.
But the front part, you never saw a picture. I got to send you a picture of what it looked like. It was completely falling off. And so it looks pretty nice, pretty good. But yeah,
What
I'm
time
doing
does your
good.
shift start at work?
So usually it's going to be 11 o'clock, or usually it's going to be 10 o'clock to 6:30 a.m. Um,
That's awful.
but then this week they needed me somewhere else. They needed me in Overland instead of Baldwin. And so I'm going 11 to 5:30, but she said she's going to pay me for the 8 hours. And then I'm also working with the pool table shop that I worked with last summer, uh, just for these next 2 Saturdays because they need somebody. So
Mhm.
anyway, I mean, I got
Do you
plans,
go to in-person classes?
two of them, Monday, Wednesday,
I
Friday.
forgot school started for you.
I know it's brutal, bro. It's brutal. I mean, I say it's brutal. I just wish I was done like you guys were.
Mm.
But to be honest, my classes aren't too bad. And I
Honestly,
mean,
I wish I was back in school. It's so
yeah,
much more fun.
yeah. Well, the one class that I guess all the classes are kind of now, and you would know, kind of based towards what I'm doing, and so
Hmm.
it's more beneficial than just taking like
It's
the
more
first two
exciting.
years. Yeah, it is for
It's
sure.
more enjoyable.
Like I literally wrote my assignment the other day was what find a sporting event you want to watch, talk about what they talk about in the pregame show, what they talk about in the postgame show, and then send it. And I was like, that's the easiest. Like
That is
that's
awesome.
literally kind of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I'm doing good, and I'm ready to talk sports with you. So, do you want to get us started with your Did you see it? I
Yeah, I
always
have a
have trouble
lot.
saying that.
I have a lot. And I thought of another one right now that I had to say right now because I will forget. And it was last night, obviously. Wayno and Yachty had their historic night, 325 games started, record that will most likely never be broken. Um, but did you see at the beginning whenever I think Dan asked Jim like do you, or Jim said he's like I don't think I have anything to say, or he's like and he's like yeah I don't want to say anything, and someone tweeted he's like two historic nights Yachty and Ueno the record, and Jim Edmonds said, "I don't think I have anything to say right now."
That's awesome. I didn't see that. I heard him
Um,
say that, but yeah.
yeah. But then of course he went shut up the rest of the game.
Oh, he's awful, man.
So my other did you see it is Max Kellerman on ESPN. They show Albert Pujols home run against the Pirates, the go ahead home run on Sunday, I believe. We may have talked about him hitting the home run, but I didn't see this until a little later. But he was kind of like inferring when he was talking about it that Pujols is like cheating, like juicing. He's like, he hit the home run. He's like, how is he able to do all this when he hasn't been playing great the last few years or whatever? And so just kind of like saying he's juicing, ESPN going downhill. Um, that made me mad.
Yeah.
I don't want really watch ESPN that much at all anymore.
I don't anymore either.
It
I
used to be
agree.
so good. I think
Yeah.
social media is taken away because top 10, you like go and get pumped. And they don't have like
Oh, yeah.
um Stan Verrett and Neil on there anymore. Those are my
Mhm.
guys.
Yeah.
And they don't have what's his name? He just retired like the other year. Oh, he's so funny.
I mean,
Kenny
even the
Mayne.
oh, Kenny's good. Yeah.
And they put Scott Van Pelt on like the late night one, so you never see him.
Yeah.
And he's
I mean,
amazing.
it's been several years, but Stuart Scott was an
Yeah.
OG growing up and
I
stuff.
got like
So,
sad whenever he was like when he passed away.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, but another thing I saw was Kirk Cousins fit to his press conference after the game Sunday.
Uh-huh.
He was just wearing, I don't know if you can see my screen. He's just wearing like a button down like short sleeve shirt that's like plaid. It's like beige tan. And it's um like someone was like Kirk Cousins going into a Kohl's and getting like excited. And then Michael Jr. tweeted, he's like, it's like his pictures like kind of stand like this with his hands on his hips. And it's like Kirk, when asked about the recent rain, said, we needed this. So he looks like a
Just
dad.
yeah, complete dad fit. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
And then another one from the NFL, this is my last one, I think, unless I think of
Okay.
another one,
Yeah.
was they're interviewing Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins went for fourth down, like I think 4th and 7, and they got it. And Tyreek Hill in the press conference said, McDaniels is going to need a wheelbarrow for his nuts to carry them around.
Yeah, I did see that.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that was good. That was good stuff. Is that all yours all together or just football?
Those are all of them.
Okay. So mine is, and I guess we could have probably saved it for the NFL segment, but I had my Super Bowl last Monday night with the Seahawks winning, bro. I went on live afterwards and I was telling people because we had Broncos fans in there, which was kind of cool, but I was because they were like, I knew we shouldn't traded for Russ. like come on, but no, I know we're going to be bad this year. Like I know 5-12, maybe 4-13, but that was a tremendous job defensively. And I don't know if you got to see it. Two
I
goal
watched some of
line,
it. Yeah.
two goal line stops on the one. They fumbled. Like
Mm.
if you actually think about it, the Broncos probably could have won by maybe 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think about how it ended? So
Okay. So I
yeah,
actually listened to Pat McAfee show and they were
yeah.
talking about it. And Daniel Hackett literally came out and said, um, he said, he's like, looking back, we should have gone for it. But when we were going in there, we said our target was if we get to the 46-yard line, we're going to kick a field goal. And so it was like 4th and long. I didn't see it. I went to bed because it was like 10 o'clock and it was like the third quarter. I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Um, I know it's the Seahawks Broncos. That
Yeah,
doesn't get me
exactly.
going. Um, but he said that it was like 4th and long, and then they threw it to Javante and he got a bunch of yards, and then it was 4th and 5, and then uh you realize he got him to the 46-yard line. So he's like, trust their kicker and have him go out there and try to kick it. But he's kind of in like a tough situation because if he puts the kicker and he makes it, it's like, oh, he's so smart. And then if he has Russell Wilson go out and try to get the first down and he doesn't get it, it'd be like, oh, why'd you go for that? Why didn't you kick it? So
Exactly.
either
Exactly.
way, he's gonna get yelled at.
For sure. I was sweating that last drive though, because I was like, man, we went three and out and then punted to him, and I was like, it's Russ at home. It felt perfect, like he was going to win it. I will say with the 4th and 5 though, our defense was playing really well all night. The new guy we got from the Chargers in the offseason in Wusu, I think, or Uchenna in Wusu or in Wuso or whatever. He played tremendous. But I mean, we can talk about it more in the NFL segment for sure. But
Jamal Adams
um,
out for the season.
I know that one hurts, and it was like
Injury
kind of a
prone.
so much, man, so much. Yeah, that one really hurts. But I thought
Glad
Gino
the
was,
Cowboys didn't trade for him.
yeah, I thought Gino was really good. Now a lot of people are like blowing it up even more. Like Gino is, who did they say? Gino is better than Trey Lance. Somebody said that today.
Honestly,
You think so? You
I
think
don't
so? Would you
know.
go? Okay, because I think he did a tremendous job not turning over the football. He
Due
made
for like
the,
150 yards, didn't he?
yeah, it was like 195, which is good. I mean, but people are acting like he threw 350. So
Yeah.
he just did a really good job managing the game. He used his legs really well,
Mhm.
which kind of surprised me. But yeah, I mean, we'll make our predictions for the NFL Week 2, so we can talk about whatever there. But Cardinals Brewers, I guess we can get started here. It's
Baseball.
just a 2 game set because we had Monday off and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and today's
Yep.
Thursday.
Split.
Um, yeah, split. The first game was not definitely not our best. Montgomery kind of came out flat. I guess it's his second kind of rough start. I would say he had one against the Braves. He gave up like 4
Yeah.
or something
They
like
still
that.
went like 5 innings that game.
Yeah,
I
he
think
gave
we
up.
won that game.
Oh, the Braves game.
Yeah.
I think that's when we came back at the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he technically gave up 6, 4 were earned in this one, and then it was kind of just like a bullpen, Naughton, Thompson, Woodford,
Yeah.
Stratton. So
It's
yeah,
like
we
the
lose.
Brewers, whenever they play us, they learn how to hit.
Yeah, man, for real. For real. Because I mean, McCutcheon just has our number, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, holy cow, man. But yeah, they beat us 8-4. And then Wednesday night, you mentioned the tremendous history happening that night. I was kind of getting worried because we were facing Burns. And he kills everybody, but especially us, it seems like. But
Yeah.
we did. I mean, Goldie's been in a big slump. He got a couple hits. Nato with a big homer. Pujols
I
with an
think
RBI
that
double
was, you
late.
remember when Conlon said Arenado's only hit homers like the left of the bullpen? That was to the right of the
Oh,
bullpen.
there you go. There you go. You know, ever since he said that, every single time I hit one to deep right field on my video game,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's his first one. I don't know. And then did you see Newt Bar's homer? Like
Oh, it
five or
crushed. 450.
450? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's unreal.
Everyone just started like jumping on Burns and like maybe that's his strategy. Just
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Goldie had 2 hits. Okay, that's good. He's at 324 now.
Yes.
What
And
is Freddie? Freddie's 329. Okay.
Wainwright wise, definitely did not start hot at all, and then kind of got in his groove like he usually does. He did give up 8 hits in 5 innings. Only one run came across though. And then the bullpen last night was really good. Palante,
Yeah.
Hicks, Gallegos, Helsley, 4 innings, 2 hits, no runs. Um,
that's the 4 guys right there.
yes, for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, I want to say
Albert
Zach
drove in a run
Thompson.
too, a big insurance run, roped a double.
Yes, he did. Do you think he's? I mean, we got like 18 games. Do you think we get there?
Who do we play? Let me look at the schedule real
I
quick.
know we have the Padres and Dodgers, 3 each, so that hurts. That's tough.
Hopefully Luis Urias is pitching because
Exactly.
game over.
They got lefties. I mean, Tyler Anderson. If Kershaw's
What
there, they're
team
like,
has the team that always has lefties on MLB the show is the Red Sox. Because when I
oh,
played them,
okay,
I obviously we don't face them. We've faced them already. But when I played them in MLB the show, Chris Sale was pitching. I scored like 9 runs in the first inning. I was
yeah,
just raking because
yeah,
everyone on our team destroys left-handed
yeah,
pitchers.
yeah.
We have the Reds, then the Padres at San Diego, which isn't a hitter's park. We play at the Brewers a 2-game series. That's a hitter's park. Then we play at home the last games against the Pirates. So the Pirates,
Yes, I'm going to
and then we
the.
go to Pittsburgh.
Oh, we end 6 with the Pirates.
Yeah, because the last
Okay,
3 games are away.
so I'm going September 30th, the first of that 3 game set, and I would think we should be pretty much clinched by then. I
Yeah,
mean, how I
we're
think.
clinched now.
I mean, yeah, to the yeah, that's true. Actually, I was thinking we need to clinch before Albert can play every day, but even if we're up 6 games with 7 games
Well,
remaining or
he's better
whatever, like,
than Gorman. I
oh
guess really the only
yeah,
person you'd put is like uh You could DH Burleson, or I
Hmm.
guess Carlson's still in the D, or not the DL.
The IL, yeah,
IL.
yeah,
Politically correct.
yeah. And
Um,
then Dickerson's up to 291 now.
yeah,
Keeps
he's
going.
our right field. Yeah, because O'Neill didn't play last night.
Yeah, I guess left field, right? Because Newt
Yeah, left
Barnwright
field.
and um,
Did they release I'm seeing if they released the lineup yet for the Cardinals.
I think they did. I think they did.
Oh,
I
he's
got an
in.
update earlier.
Pools is
Albert is.
in.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go. Very exciting. But yeah, we got the Reds for is it four? Should be right or five. It's the five game, isn't it?
Yes.
Good,
Good.
good. There we go. Good.
Now we're
I forgot
talking.
about that. I forgot about that. I guess we can go off some standings from around the league. So Toronto has
Yeah.
beaten Tampa 3 out of 4. I think they were in the middle of a 5 game set. Game five is right now, actually. But they've leaped them, and now
Yeah.
Toronto's six back of the Yankees. Now, do you think there's any chance that the Yankees cough that up?
I don't know. They've been 8-2 in their last 10, so I think they may have kind of righted the ship a little bit. Also,
Yeah.
Aaron Judge has gone like nuclear, like he has this whole season,
Yes.
which I do want to talk to him after we go through these standings a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't
Um, I
like.
guess
I don't know if they can beat him. I don't know if they play him. I'm assuming they may have another series with him. I really don't know.
I'm sure they do.
Let's see.
Um, yeah, double check on that real quick.
Yeah,
You're
you
talking about
started talking
Toronto?
about something.
You're talking about Toronto?
Yeah,
Okay. Cleveland still up 3 games on the Chicago White Sox
they do
in the
play him.
Central.
3-game series.
Where is it at?
Uh, um, in Canada.
Okay. Okay. I like them in that matchup. So I don't know. We'll see. Toronto's one of those teams though that could keep an eye on in the playoffs because they could just mash their way there,
They could just get hot, and maybe
Exactly.
Jose Barrios learns how to pitch good again, and then boom,
Exactly.
you got three
Exactly.
starters.
Yep.
But I'm really excited to see Alex Manoah in the playoffs because he's just going to be
Yeah.
very intense.
Yeah. He's very entertaining.
Yes.
But the Guardians up 3 games on the White Sox. Do you think the White Sox got a shot there? I mean, they're just hanging around all
Like
year.
they're still there.
I know. I,
I
I
think
like
Minnesota's done. Put a knife in them. Put a
yes.
fork in them.
I'm leaning towards what you've been saying. So I've been high on the White Sox since the season started, but you were high on the Guardians. They don't strike out. They pitch well, and I don't know. They could knock off somebody for sure.
They need Jose Ramirez to pick, like he's playing good, but need to pick it up like a
Hmm.
little more.
Hmm. And apparently they have Rookie of the Year Stephen Kwan. If you know on TikTok. Everybody roasting that. Okay, somebody said on live today they were like,
Him
um,
over Julio? I would
yeah, they
take
said
Adley Rushman over Steven Kwan.
I know. I put Adley and I put Bobby Witt because the numbers look better. But I understand if you want to
I'd
put
take
Kwan.
Spencer Torkel.
Oh my gosh. But no, the live today, we were talking about what were we talking about today? I don't remember. Gosh dang it, I forgot. But the Stephen Kwan on TikTok, people were roasting me for that. Oh, on live today, somebody said, how many times does somebody agree with your guys' takes? And I was like, honestly, not that much if you think about it. Like I went through, if you think like all the comments that we get are actually mostly positive, which is a good thing, which means people are agreeing with us. But the Stephen Kwan one is like the biggest one. That was like 30 comments saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Where's Stephen Kwan? And I'm not gonna lie, I did forget about him. But I mean Bobby's
Exactly. Because he's
numbers.
not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
In the West, that thing's been over for a while. Houston 93 and 50
Through
up 12,
12
12 and a half.
games.
Yeah. Um, but I will say, I mean, I've been pretty high on them all year because I think their pitching's really good. And it's even gotten better. And then their offense has got some guys too. What do you think about Seattle making a deep run?
Yeah, I think they can make a deep run. I would
Yeah,
say they're like they have good pitchers, but I would say their lineup isn't like I don't know.
well, it's
It's not
yeah,
one that like I just think of and I'm like,
for sure,
I think if Julio and Ty France and like Mitch Haniger, that's about it.
for sure, for
Which Mitch
sure.
Haniger back in there is obviously a huge boost because
Definitely.
Jesse Winker sucks now.
I was about to say those two additions. Eugenio's got a lot of power this year. I think he's got like 28 or 29,
31 homers, 84 RBIs.
31 homers. Yeah,
Honestly, pretty solid. 236 average, higher
yeah,
than he had last year.
yep,
335 on base, higher than he had last year.
yeah. Jesse Winker's the one though. That's the one that kind of hurts because he was batting 300 in plus with the Reds. And but yeah, I mean, pitching wise, their bullpen is ranked, I think, second in the league in a bunch of stats combined or whatever. And then rotation wise, you got Luis Castillo now, who's been dominant, Robbie Ray, Logan Gilbert, George Kirby's a rookie that's been really good, and Marco Gonzalez actually has a ERA under 4 as well. So
Okay, but yeah, I don't think he's been pitching that great.
a Marco.
No, he's
Oh
been really
yeah.
bad.
No, yeah. I mean, his record's not good either. But again, they need some kind of offense. Their averages aren't good. Carlos Santana, other guys, JP Crawford's really slowed down. He started off hot to start the year, but and then I guess National League wise, the Mets in Atlanta are still going at it. The Mets are currently a half a game above. Are you still rolling with who do we say? We talked about this like every episode.
You said you'd rather play the Mets. I said I'd rather play Atlanta.
That's right. And who do you got winning the division? Like who do you think, I guess?
So whoever wins is who will play.
I think the Braves will end up with it.
I kind of want the
out.
Braves to win because then I feel like the Mets will just fall apart.
Yeah, exactly.
And then all the Mets fans will get all mad, which is.
I mean, they've funny. Already. I feel like they have a ton of pressure to get it done this year.
Oh yeah,
they have already been up and down here in September. So yeah,
I kind of want Milwaukee to steal. Do I want to play the Padres or Milwaukee? Honestly, either. Dub.
I know. I think
they don't scare me as much.
They really don't. Me neither. The Phillies don't scare me either.
Milwaukee scares me a little more, honestly, just because of Burns.
Yeah, exactly.
But we hit them.
Exactly. Yeah, in the Central, we're up 8 games on Milwaukee. Looking good. 84 and 59. We're staying about 25 games over. Hopefully we can keep it going. Have you realized how good we are at home? 48 and 25.
It's ridiculous.
That's remarkable. And then
it's just so nice when you have like we've been winning so much this second half, just like playing up to our potential. It reminds me of I don't know what year it was, but we won like 100 games. And it just seemed like every night we won. It was just awesome.
Yeah. And then along with that, you have all this history being made and records being chased.
Also, another like all the Wayno and Yachty, Albert's like second in RBI, or he's like 12 away from being second all time in RBIs, which is ridiculous.
It's insane.
He has like 2,200 RBIs and he's played 22 seasons. So that's like 100 RBIs average per year.
It's remarkable.
But all these milestones, and then there's one milestone people are forgetting. Nolan Arenado's 2 home runs away from 300.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And then Goldie should be getting close to 4.
He got 300 earlier this year, I think.
Oh, that was this year? Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember if that was last year or this year. And then in the National League West, we have our first division winner, the Dodgers. Of course, 98 and 44. I think they've got to be the favorite.
Yeah, up against the Padres.
They've got to be the favorite, right?
Yeah.
Even over the Astros.
That division though is pretty solid when they're looking at it.
For sure.
Like the bottom half isn't as bad as what we thought.
Yeah. I mean, at the beginning of the year, remember we were
they're all over 500.
Yeah. But yeah, playoffs are going to be fun, man. So hopefully the Cardinals can finish off strong here, get Albert to 700 and make a deep run. But you ready for your time, Zach?
What are we talking about? Aaron Judge right now?
Oh, you want to talk Aaron Judge?
Yeah.
Okay. I was ready to transition to college football for you.
Aaron Judge could win the Triple Crown. He's batting 310. 10 points behind Luis Arias. And obviously he's leading by like I still am just dumbfounded how many more home runs he has than everyone else. He has 20 more home runs than Kyle Schwarber, who's in the National League.
Yeah.
And then guess who's second in the American League in homers?
Who's that?
Guess.
Second in the American League behind Judge then?
Yeah.
Jordan hasn't hit one in like 30 games. He had 31. It's gonna just who is it? I can't think.
Arguably the greatest player of all time.
Trout?
Yeah.
Wow.
Trout has 35. He's played 102 games.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, he just had that streak end of 7 straight with a homer.
If he would have hit 8, that would have been a record. He's been playing crazy.
Yeah.
And then guess who's right behind him? Shohei Ohtani, 34.
My gosh.
They're gonna win it next year. I know they are.
Win what?
The World Series.
Okay. I was wondering what they were gonna win. A division, a playoff spot.
Every year I'm gonna have them in the playoffs
Oh,
because they have
me
Mike Trout and
too.
Shohei Ohtani.
Of course. Yeah.
I think
Yep.
their problem is they always try to just go for the free agent and like free agent route when like you got to develop players because actually the Dodgers have like a lot of their players are homegrown people.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
I
But
love.
I'm
I was watching some Mike Trout's home runs, like a compilation of all his ones he hit in the streak. Mike Trout's swing is beautiful.
it's all like dead center, isn't it? I mean, he's just
Yeah, it's
driving
so
stuff.
like compact and like
Yeah.
quick. It's just amazing. Like I think
Yeah.
he made like the beautiful swing.
It's gonna be a tremendous last couple weeks here. As Cardinals fans, but as baseball fans, it's gonna heat up here. It already
Like
is.
also Judge and Albert, they're using like specially marked balls when they
Mm-hmm.
pitch to them because they're getting close to these records,
Mm-hmm.
which I it's kind of interesting. Like they literally
Yeah.
like will have the pitcher throw out a ball when they come up.
Yeah. 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 Oh, like, what do you mean? How does that
I
work?
don't know. I don't understand like what mark they put on it, just so
Like,
they know it's the real ball, I guess.
okay.
If it gets hit out, like the person gives it back, it's the real one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I think the marking is for.
Yeah.
I will say that I am a little disappointed that you didn't have this as your did you see it? Knowing
What's that?
you claim you're a big hockey guy, but Jordan Carew,
Mm.
8 year extension.
Yes. Yes. And that's actually true because I'm very torn about it. Like, I'm glad he's here for sure. It's the
But
same
do
amount
you
of
think we
money,
overpaid him a little bit?
probably a little bit. He got the same amount as Robert Thomas, and I like Robert's overall game better.
Mm-hmm.
Kyra's not very physical and defensive, but he's
A little
also
wimpy.
20. He is for sure.
Hit the
More of
weight
a
room, get some
yeah,
muscles.
exactly. He's more of a finesse guy, but again, he's only 23 or 24, so
Hey, sometimes you just need the finesse. Uh, what do they
that's
call them?
true.
The snipers. Yeah,
Yeah, for
on
sure,
NHL.
for sure, for sure. Yeah,
Snipe.
yeah. Snipe, yeah. But let's get some college football going.
Ooh,
We already talked about everything that happened last week, so this is our preview part. For
the
tomorrow, I
preview.
guess if you're listening to this on Friday, it's for Saturday. But what are some games that stand out to you? Because I hope my team is in one of those for you.
Yeah, I put it on there just because, even though they'll probably get blown out. But
Yeah, yeah.
my first one, I didn't put like the lines on any of them, but I don't think that really matters.
Mhm.
One game that I don't think a lot of people know of, but two of the quarterbacks in this game are like super athletic, and that is Louisville versus Florida State. Louisville's 1-1, Florida State's 2-0. But Malik Cunningham of Louisville is like Lamar Jackson, but like he's crazy athletic, so fast. And then Florida State is Jordan Travis, who's super athletic as well, has a bunch of rushing yards and passing. So that's exciting, and that's on like ESPN. Um, I threw this one in there because Mizzou.
Yeah.
They play Abilene Christian. If they lose that game, you got to fire Drinkwitz, which I don't think they will.
Yeah.
But like, it's literally not even on. It says it's on ESPN Plus. So I think if
Gotcha.
you're in probably like Missouri, you'd get it on like SEC Network or something like that. It's
Hmm.
probably somewhere, I'm assuming, because it'll be on locally. My next one is Oklahoma versus Nebraska, which obviously Nebraska um fired Scott Frost. Nebraska fans rejoice. They have an interim head coach. Sometimes when the interim comes in, team gets fired up. And Nebraska has talent. Like they have a solid quarterback, solid players, and Oklahoma's going to Nebraska, so a little hostile environment. I saw a tweet today, which I don't know if this will really make a big difference or not, but I'll say it. Why not? But Dylan Gabriel of Oklahoma, their quarterback, he played at like UCF. Um, and I don't think he's really played in an environment like Nebraska, where like a packed crowd of like 80,000 people. Because Nebraska, if they're good or bad, the stadium's packed.
Hmm.
Like Nebraska football is like big.
Wasn't Nebraska supposed to be like better this year?
Yeah.
And isn't that why they fired him pretty early?
Yeah. He's been there for this may be his fourth year. He's been like god awful like
Huh.
every year.
Gotcha.
and he was really good with UCF. He was at UCF whenever they like crowned themselves the
Mm,
national title champions, which was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
a little stupid. Um, Another game, just because I hope this one team loses, and you'll probably guess what team it is whenever I say it. It is Cal versus Notre Dame, and it's at Notre Dame. It would be I love you, Conlon, but it would be so funny if Notre Dame loses 2 games in a row at home. Their starting quarterback did get hurt. He's out for a while, but like, with all due respect, like anyone could have played better than he did against
Yeah.
Marshall. But Notre Dame's favored, but I hope Cal wins.
There you go.
Sorry, Colin. So one of the 2 ranked games this weekend, BYU versus Oregon. BYU's 12, Oregon's ranked 25.
Yeah.
This will be interesting. It's at 3:30, so like I may actually watch this game because those out west games are like sometimes like so late. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
BYU Baylor, they're awful.
Yeah, that was like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but this is at 3:30. It's in Eugene, so I'm thinking it's going to be an upset. Oregon is going to pull it out.
So you think Oregon there? I'm leaning that way too. They're kind of going in opposite directions. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess to an extent. Like Oregon won last week. Didn't they play somebody really small last week?
probably.
But I mean, the first game against Georgia, that was
Yeah.
like a disaster.
They
And
have a
then
new coach too. Um
yeah.
I think he was defensive coordinator at Georgia, so
And do
I
you
think he's
like Bo
gonna
Nix? Do you like Bo Nix?
I hate Bo Nix. I think
Like
he's
like talent wise,
so
like
overrated. He's
okay.
not that good.
Okay, exactly. That's what I see everywhere now.
He just like runs around. He's like very not efficient throwing. He throws
Hmm.
gets like 50 completion percentage and then just runs around.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. Another game. But I'm pretty sure BYU's quarterback's like really good or solid.
Yes, I mean he definitely played well last week against Baylor.
Yeah.
Hall, light skin guy,
Yeah.
Jaron Hall. Yeah,
Probably a Mormon.
probably.
My next game is Penn State 22 is going to Auburn. I don't think Auburn is supposed to be that good this year, but you're playing Auburn at home, and I've never really been a big Penn State fan, so I hope Penn State loses.
I think Auburn gets that one.
I'm not a big Auburn fan either, but
Mm-hmm.
I always just think Penn State gets very overrated sometimes. Like everyone's going crazy about Sean Clifford. I don't think he's that great.
Exactly.
This next game I put on there just because it's where College Game Day is. App State versus Troy. I'm tuned into that College Game Day because it's going to be nuts.
So
Because
am I missing? I mean, again, I'm starting now this year really with college football, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty great job so far.
you're okay.
But with but why is it at App State? Is that just because of last week?
I think because they upset Texas A&M Miami. Because it most likely, if A&M won, it would have been at another game I'll mention. I'll just mention it right now. A&M plays Miami this weekend, and I think if A&M won, it would have been at I don't know where that game's being played.
It's at
Let me.
A&M.
It's at A&M.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably
So
would have been at that game, but because I think App State won, they're going there because I don't think Troy's actually that good.
I didn't think so
They're
either.
1-1 now,
Yeah.
but it's just gonna be a crazy atmosphere. Like you saw how they were. It's in the hills of
Hmm.
North Carolina. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
And Luke Combs is the guest picker, so that's cool.
Gotcha. Texas A&M wise, are you in the belief? I mean, they got upset too. Obviously, we just mentioned it, but are you in the belief that they were? I mean, I think you even said they were overrated coming into the season at
Yeah,
6,
they
and
get
so
overrated a lot.
do you think Miami knocks them off and then they're out
I
of
think
top
Miami
25?
beats them. Yeah, Miami has a way
Okay,
better quarterback, Tyler Van
gotcha.
Dyke. He's really good, and I want Miami to beat him because we play Miami later this year too at home.
You know what I find interesting with
May go to
college
that game.
football?
What'd you say?
What I find really interesting with college football is that it's not like college basketball where you have March Madness.
Yeah,
So like you have a tournament and anybody can win it. So I mean, a school like Texas A&M, you lose to App State, like I would just want to see what it's like to be a locker room because your chances of a national championship are way like gone.
like yeah, basically gone. You have to like win
Yeah.
out.
So that I mean, I mean, it's so hard to play for something when you guys have aspirations to do that.
Yeah, and like I know we're like you're 22, I'm 23, but like
Mhm.
these guys are 18 to
I
like our
know.
age. It's
Yeah.
not like you're pros, like you get kind of, I don't know, it's you're not as mentally tough as a professional. So
Yeah. I mean, in the NFL, when there's a big upset, like the Colts tied, and I thought the Colts were going to blow them out, but I mean, they're going to play next week, and then
yeah, but
they can win a
you're all
division.
playing professionals. Like these are just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think Texas A&M probably went to that game thinking like, yeah, we're some hot shots, and they just got
Probably.
overconfident,
Yeah.
and didn't take them seriously, which obviously they didn't. Um, so this next game, I don't think it's on anything to watch, but really would want to watch this game. Missouri State plays at Arkansas,
Hmm.
and Missouri State is really good. They're a good FCS. They were ranked in FCS. My friend and Kaylee, she's at Missouri State, but my friend who went to Missouri State, he's like, they're they're good. They got Arkansas's old coach, so keep your radar for him so he doesn't pick up any girls there and crashes
Yeah.
a motorcycle. But I think Missouri State will play a lot better. Like it'll be a lot closer than people think.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't think, yeah, I think, yeah, it's on ESPN Plus. So yeah, I won't be able to watch
Yeah.
that. Stupid. NC State versus Texas Tech. 16 NC State versus Texas Tech. I think that Texas Tech, they
That's
just
a
do
good
the air
one.
raid. So like they can win any game or lose any game.
Yeah. That's a good matchup.
It is at North Carolina. Texas Tech's 2-0. They beat Houston last week with their backup quarterback. So I kind of want Texas Tech to win, then I don't because NC State plays Clemson in 2 weeks, and I think I'm going to that game.
Uh-huh.
But if NC State loses, then tickets may be cheaper. So
Yeah. There you go.
kind of playing the pros and cons. But then it'd also be cool if game day was there.
Yeah.
The last game, because we already mentioned Miami, Texas A&M, is Michigan State versus Washington. AJ's pride and soul, his
Yeah.
lifelong team.
I mean, we'll probably get to a point in like 5 years. I thought about this the other day. I'm like, how do I convince Zach that to stop giving me crap about Washington? And I was like, I just have to literally
I
just
probably
take
know
it
more
because
about Washington football than you
probably,
do.
probably do. Yeah, for
Who was
sure.
their quarterback when they made the college football playoff?
Oh, I won't know. I won't
Jake
know.
Browning.
Okay. Wasn't he like a sixth or seventh round pick? Oh, I know a quarterback from Washington, Jake Locker.
Yeah.
Remember Jake Locker? I do
Yes.
remember him.
Went to the Titans. I got really excited. Then he just got hurt all the time.
Yeah. But I was thinking about it like 5 years from now. Like you don't give me crap about the Raptors anymore. And that's been like 2 years. So
Uh, you're in Missouri, so like you can. I don't even really have a team. I just
uh-huh.
like players
Hmm.
and hate any team LeBron's on.
There you go. I was waiting for it. But no, do you think Washington has a chance? Because I'm not super high on Michigan State, but I don't know.
Honestly, I think they do just because of your quarterback,
Penix?
um, Penix, who's a stud. Honestly, I haven't looked at Michigan State. I'm assuming they have like a quarterback who doesn't really play that good and just has a running back who's really good. So that's their playbook right there every
I
single year.
mean, Thorne, their quarterback, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Peyton Thorne. And
Yeah.
then Jalen Berger, 227 yards,
Yeah,
seven
33
yards a
attempts.
carry.
So it's
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hmm. I don't
Balanced
know.
offense.
I mean, they're on ESPN. They have 53% matchup predictor, 53% for Michigan State and 46.
Washington's favored too. Like Michigan State has to go all the way out to the Pacific Northwest, which Washington
Exactly.
has a cool stadium and
Hmm.
it's loud.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be close.
I'm rooting for Washington. I don't like Michigan State.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's on ABC 6:30, so that should be the Kirk Herbstreit game, right?
I would think so, unless he's
And
doing A&M Miami at on ESPN at 9. God, why is that game so late? Oh,
what,
that
what
would
what's
suck.
what's Fowler's first name? The announcer,
Chris.
Chris. So Chris Fowler does the U.S. Open. He does like the major tennis tournaments.
Mm,
He does it. He's literally grown. I mean, I know he's tremendous at football, and he makes some. I mean, do you like him?
yeah, I like him.
Because
I like that broadcast team. They're
he's
really good.
grown. He's grown to be, in my opinion, one of the best announcers in sports.
Yeah.
How he called that entire U.S. Open was pretty unbelievable.
I will
But
say, speaking of announcers, um, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, like I know a lot of people give Joe Buck like crap for not being good, but like he's like one of the best. Like I sometimes I think I just didn't like him because when he did the World Series with the Cardinals, I think he was trying really hard to not be biased for the Cardinals because he obviously liked the
yeah,
Cardinals more. And Tim McCarver was a Cardinal fan too. Like he played on the
yes,
Cardinals.
yes.
So I think he was like, that's when I kind of didn't like him because he was just like kind of bashing. But like him and Troy are like so good.
Well, I
Like,
thought about it. Obviously, the Seahawks winning really helped, but I was thinking like they're actually like I haven't had any problems with their announcing at all
oh,
this
they're
whole
so good.
game.
Like they just
Yeah,
they like their chemistry and Troy just knows so much. I don't know. They're just way better than a lot of other people.
definitely did not feel normal having them on Monday night though.
Yeah, it took me a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Is that all you had college football wise?
Just one more.
Yeah,
Clemson
there
will
you go.
play Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, I mean
That's
you
about
beat
it.
what was the Furman score? Furman
35
was
to 12. I was not
okay.
happy with that. We should have scored more and they shouldn't have scored more.
I was about to say, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So, but yeah, NFL wise, what games kind of stand out to you this week?
Let me look. Obviously tonight's
Yeah, I was about to say tonight. Yeah,
Chiefs versus Chargers. Chiefs are favored. It is played in Kansas City. Um, Dolphins Ravens seems like
that's
it'd be a fun
that's one of
game.
mine for two. Mine also. And in Baltimore, I think that's going to be tough for the Dolphins, but we'll see with that. We'll give our predictions here in a second.
Jaguars Colts.
Oh yeah.
Bucks Saints will be interesting.
Hmm.
Lions versus Commanders because it's the first time the Lions have been favored in 24 games. They haven't been favored
Wow.
in 24 games,
Wow.
which I'm honestly
Speaking
surprised they are favored.
speaking of that Buccaneers Saints game, that's probably my number one this week.
Cardinals
I
Raiders.
That's a good one too. And then also Patriots Steelers. I think that one's going to be. I mean, not maybe must watch because I think it's going to be really low scoring, but I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a very close game. I think they're very
Bears
even.
Packers. Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears, so
Yeah,
be
and
kind of
let's see if they
fun.
let's see if they can bounce back. I mean, I don't think everybody was hyping up the Bears in our live today on TikTok,
Yeah.
and I was telling them like the weather was so bad last week, like
Yeah.
awful. The Bears are not that. It's like I think
No.
the Packers will probably be ticked off and probably run through them. Lazard should be back, and
Yeah.
um,
If if Dak was healthy, I would say the Bengals Cowboys,
I
but
was about to say, so you haven't really talked much about that. How are you feeling about that whole situation?
oh, our season's done.
I
Like
mean,
Cooper Rush is great, but
they
if
they
Dak
lowered it,
can't
right?
do anything on offense, then we're done.
So his weeks were 6 to 8. Now it's 3 or 4, right? That's what I saw.
According to Jerry.
Oh, okay.
Jerry Jones said that, not
That
any
so that's
like a
what the
health professional.
yeah. So that's what the chat was
I don't
saying.
want
So
to do the Russell Wilson where you have to be cool, come back early,
mhm,
play bad for a couple weeks, and then when it's like the amount of weeks you should have sat out and come back, then you play really good.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
like your
so what do you
thumb.
think
It's not like it's like a
for sure? Yeah. So do you think would you just ride it out with Cooper and just get a high draft pick and just have a miserable season, or would you try to go get someone like Jimmy G or
uh
somebody said Tyler Huntley from Baltimore or something?
yeah, I don't want to give up that many draft picks for a backup quarterback for like 6 weeks though.
Exactly.
But then at the same time, it's like this whole core that we've had for probably like 5, 7 years, like Dak, Zeke's. This is his last year of his contract. Zach Martin and Tyron Smith are getting older and they're like studs. I guess that's really it. Then a lot of other people are younger, but
Yeah, exactly.
we
Yeah.
haven't ran the ball like we just had to run the ball. Like when Dak first came in the league, we just gave it to Zeke like a ton of times and just ran it down people's throats. And Dak just had to throw it 20 times, like on third downs or take a shot.
Well,
Just got to do with Cooper.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna be doing it now
I
for
sure
sure.
hope so.
You would think, but
I
at the
think
same
Kellen
time,
Moore
you
gets a little fancy sometimes when it's just
mhm,
like, don't do like a triple end around and just run the ball right up the middle.
yeah,
Have you
and at the
played
same
Madden?
time,
Halfback dive works pretty good.
yeah, and at the same time, I mean, you have CD Lamb, who's a elite
Yeah.
talent, so you want to get him touches. So
Yeah. He's on my
it's
bench
it.
in fantasy.
I was about to say, a lot of fantasy owners are probably
I
hurting
like
because of
CD,
that.
but The one thing I don't like about him is he's a body catcher. I feel like he's a guy who
Okay.
catches it against his body instead of with his hands.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Um, I am anti body catching.
All right, I got you. I think what's your biggest blowout of the week? For me, it's the Broncos over the Texans. I think that's my biggest. I think they're gonna be in Denver, which is tough to play altitude, and then Russell and all them boys are probably ticked off because of the Seahawks game. So, yeah, I think I have them like I do have them blowing out the Texans, but
I could see the Rams blowing out the Falcons.
that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, they're gonna be ticked off too.
Yeah.
I mean, the
I also
Browns
I
might.
going back to the Cowboys, I think our defense played really good. Like we
Oh yeah, for sure.
held like good. It's
Yeah.
it's starting like all my Clemson and Cowboys are turning into the same. They can't do anything on offense, but they play good defense.
Yeah. Yeah. And then one thing before we give our predictions here for week two, um, do you have any overreactions? Because a lot of people are saying the Vikings are Super Bowl contenders. What do you think about that?
Honestly, they're really good.
Offensively, for sure.
Their defense is good too. They have
That's the thing.
the
Yeah.
Smith guy from the Packers
Zadarius.
defensive
Yeah.
end, and then they have look on the other side, they have Daniil Hunter, who's a
Yeah.
stud.
Yeah.
Like they can make a run. They're really good.
I mean, so do you think they could? I would say, I mean, I'm sure you agree, the AFC is deeper and stronger at the top than
Yeah.
NFC. So I mean, we're talking Bucks, Rams. I mean, if you think about it, it's possible. It's
Yeah.
doable. Because in the AFC, somebody on live today said, my hot take is the Dolphins. My camera just did that again. Do you see that?
Did it really? I accidentally clicked like the thing to go full screen and it did it
Okay.
again.
That's weird. That's weird how that works. Um,
See your little phone, your little setup right there.
oh, there you go. Yeah.
Is that a
But no,
book?
yeah, I have it sitting on like a top of a stand here, and I got a book to make it even higher.
That's funny.
Um, but somebody said my hot take is the Dolphins making the Super Bowl. And I was like, I mean,
Yeah,
they got a
no.
shot, but then you got Bills and Chargers and Chiefs, and that's tough. But
Yeah.
do you want to go over our week two predictions?
Let's do it.
So week two starting tonight. Um, Chiefs Chargers. I'm gonna go Chiefs just slightly. I hate saying it. You picked the Chiefs last week. I think the Chargers without Keenan Allen's gonna be tough. So I got Chiefs barely.
Oh,
With that being said, cheering for the Chargers like no other.
yeah. Like Herbert spreads the ball around a ton. Like Mike Williams got like no catches last week and they won.
Exactly.
But I think the Chiefs win with that. I actually,
Do it, Zach. Do it. Do it,
Chargers.
Zach. Yes, let's go. So did you see? I have not
Their
gone back.
defense.
I've not gone back,
Khalil
and I'm
Mack
not
and what's his face? Joey
Bosa.
Bosa.
So I've not gone back and seen our records from last week. So I was 9-6 because I have it on like an app that I
You
makes
just said you
picks.
didn't look back and then you just name off your
No,
record.
no, 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 no. Like my ESPN. There's an
Oh,
ESPN like the app within ESPN, I guess, where you make picks. And so it told me what my record was, but I have not gone back, and I think you slightly did better than me last week. But I'll have to go.
probably.
I
Wouldn't
was waiting
surprise
for
me.
it. Seahawks 49ers. I got the Niners in this one.
Where's it played at?
San Fran.
Yeah, I'll go Niners. I think Trey Lance bounces back.
Exactly.
If it's dry weather,
Exactly.
but they don't have
Um,
Elijah Mitchell.
that's true.
I
He's
did pick
down.
up Jeff Wilson from my fantasy team.
Cleveland Browns against the New York Jets. I got
Browns.
the I got the Browns as well. We don't got to talk about
Don't
that one.
need to don't need to explain.
No, not at all. The Commanders go to Detroit to play the Lions. I have the Lions in this one. Not very confident by saying that, but yeah.
I'm gonna go the commies.
Okay. There we go.
I think their offense, low key,
It's
their
good
receiving core is really good with
for sure.
McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson.
Yes. I mean, Antonio Gibson in the backfield too.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it.
And you got Carson
Saints.
Wentz playing like it's the Super Bowl every play.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just eliminate those screen passes, dude. Holy
Yeah, I
cow.
know.
Saints Buccaneers. It's in New Orleans, so I'm gonna go Saints. With that
Mm.
being said, I have the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. But yeah,
You picked the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl too, so we all have the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl.
I picked the Buccaneers winning the Super Bowl. That's the
Oh,
difference.
you
Yeah.
picked to win it. Tom Brady going out on top.
Yep. Against the Chargers.
I'm gonna go Bucks. I love Jameis, but the
Yep.
Bucks.
There you go. Panthers visit New York. I mean, New York obviously a big upset win last week against Tennessee. I do have Carolina winning this one. That might bite me in the butt. But yeah, I
Yeah,
got
I'm going
Carolina.
Carolina too.
Okay, there you go. Patriots go to Pittsburgh. I have the Patriots in this one. No TJ Watt.
Mm, this is tough. This is gonna
I'm
be
telling
like
you,
the
it's the close.
boringest game ever.
Yes, I think it's the closest game of the week.
It's gonna be like 10-7.
Yeah.
I'm going Steelers.
Okay.
Mitchell Trubisky.
The Colts visit Jacksonville. Now the Colts tied last week, and Jacksonville with a really close game against Washington. I have
Jaguars. The Colts haven't beaten Jacksonville at home since 2012.
oh man, you think the Colts go 0-1 to start?
No, did you hear what I just said? The Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2012, I believe.
You said 12?
2012. They
Wow.
lost last year.
Yeah.
I can look it up.
Dang.
When? Oh my God.
Man, I have a
Lost.
hard time going against them, but that's a pretty crazy stat.
Let me see. When was the
Yeah,
last time the Colts
find
beat?
that. If that's true, then I'll roll with it.
Okay, I want.
Yeah, how do you even look that up?
Uh,
Because there's probably not like a
there's not a
stat.
lot. I'm looking at an article from like 2016 right now or
Gotcha.
2020. Okay.
That would be crazy though.
I
The
think
Jack
it's they've beaten they've beaten up a bunch. All right. Come on, just tell me. Just tell me.
I mean, I think it's gonna be close either way because I think Jacksonville, obviously has improved this year, and I think they played pretty dang solid last week against Washington. Either team could have came out with that one. So, but you said Jacksonville,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. So they've beaten them. This goes all the way back to 2015. So maybe they've won every game since 2015. Yeah, at home.
I'll go Jacksonville then. I'm a believer in stats.
In
So,
2018, the Jaguars beat them 6-0.
jeez,
And that was
yeah,
when Andrew Luck played on the Colts.
I'll go Jacksonville with you. So we both got Jacksonville in that one. The Miami Dolphins visit the Baltimore Ravens. We mentioned this one. I do have the Ravens in this one, but I think it's gonna be very close and probably one of the most exciting games of the week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens. Lamar Jackson looked really good, and I think he's way
Hmm.
better than Tua. Even
Yep,
though Tua, you just gotta throw to Tyreek Hill a couple times, and boom, you can
exactly.
score like 30 points.
Tua did his job, and I don't work this Sunday. By the way, this just popped in my head. I am literally sitting on my couch and watching football all day long. I'm so excited, bro. Rams versus the Falcons. Rams for me.
Falcons. No, I'm kidding. Rams.
Okay.
I do love
Uh,
Marcus Mariota. I think it'd be closer,
Here's an interesting one
even
for
though I
you.
said that it could be a blowout.
The Bengals at the Cowboys.
Bengals, not even close.
You think so?
Yeah, we have no shot.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking
Cooper Rush, Cooper Rush. He did beat the Vikings last year,
exactly. And your defense is going to keep you close enough, I would think.
but I'm telling you, the loss of Amari Cooper is way bigger than people think.
I also wonder what it's doing emotionally in that locker room to have Dak go down because you had high expectations. So
Yeah,
I wonder how they're feeling as a group. But
yeah.
yeah, I'll
I
go.
guess we didn't really have all our receivers back. Like Gallup's not back yet, and James Washington's
Mhm.
out for a while.
I didn't even know you got James Washington from Pittsburgh.
He
Okay,
broke his foot like a week into training camp.
I did not know you guys got him. But yeah, I'll go Bengals also.
I
The
hope Joe Burrow
Texans,
sucks.
the Texans visit the Denver Broncos. Broncos for me in that one.
Broncos.
Yep. The Cardinals visit the Las Vegas Raiders. I got the Raiders in this one.
I'm going Raiders too.
Right on.
Let me see. Let me check real quick.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's going to
is
be pretty close. But the Cardinals just did not impress me last week like I thought they were against Kansas City. I thought they'd I picked them to win first of all, but not it was like 44-20 or something like that. It was ugly. Not good to see. And I
I'm
thought
sorry. I gotta
Kyler
look
was
up
up and
something
down.
really important.
Yeah, no worries.
Uh, what? Okay.
That was sarcasm, wasn't it? What are you looking up?
I'm looking up when the next double XP weekend for Call of Duty is.
That's what I thought.
Okay, so this could change my pick right here.
Okay.
Okay, what day? I need to know the day.
That's hilarious. You're
September
looking at
28th, October 6th. I'm picking the Cardinals. It's not double XP weekend.
you going Cardinals?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I'll go Raiders. And then we're down to our final three here. Sunday night football. Bears in Green Bay versus the Packers. I got the Packers in a blowout.
Packers.
Right on. We got two Monday night football games, which is kind of odd.
Exciting.
The Titans versus the Bills. I got the Bills in another blowout there.
Yeah, Bills.
And this, I mean, this could be the. Remember we talked about the Titans? Like, are they going to be 500? Are they going to be competing for the division at all?
Yeah.
I
The
mean, you look at
Titans
that.
beat the Bills last year.
Look at that division, especially if the Colts go 0-1. I
Which
mean,
division? Oh, the
the
AFC
South.
South.
But I don't think the Texans have a chance. But Jacksonville gets a win this week. We see
Yeah.
trends going with Colorado.
Houston's in first place.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Um, and then the last game of the week, Vikings versus the Eagles. Dang, it's in Philly. Oh man, that's a tough one for me, man.
Ooh, this is hard
It
because
is.
I would pick the Vikings if it was like a 1 p.m. start, but it is prime time. Kirk Cousins has not
Yeah,
performed well in prime time.
that's right. I forgot.
But Jalen Hurts, will he be able to run as much or will he have to actually throw, which I don't think
Uh-huh.
he's as good at?
Yeah.
I'm going Vikings. I was high on him, and
I
I
think
don't
I'm gonna
like the
go.
Eagles.
I think I'm gonna go Eagles, even though I'd rather the Vikings win. I don't like Philly anything, but yeah, I'll probably go Eagles in this one. But yeah, that those are our picks for week two. Again, it starts in about what
100% right.
2 hours, something like that. Chargers Chiefs. I'm actually
Yeah,
very excited for that one.
I am too.
That's good. That's gonna
Probably
be
play some
some
Madden
good
or MLB
football.
The Show before the game.
Yeah, I wish I could, man. I gotta go bring Hannah some food. Ugh, unreal.
Why do you have to bring her? Where's she at?
She's at work.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, those are our picks for week two. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode, enjoyed the interview. We will be back Monday, filming on Sunday.
recap
Um,
the football weekend.
it'll be fun, man. I'm
And
liking this. I said this last in this format, bro, where we
yeah,
do the preview and then you and I just chat up some football
yeah, we
and
need to keep track of our how many or every Thursday, every time we do the preview,
yeah,
we'll uh we'll do our like record from the last week.
yeah. Okay. Do you want to do just
Because the time we film on Sunday, not all the games will be done yet.
exactly? Do you want to do like our record overall or just that week's record?
We can do overall and that week.
Okay, I'll put it in parentheses.
Sweet.
There you go. All right, guys. Everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy some football. Enjoy spending hopefully time off from work, whatever it is. We will see you guys next time.
See you guys.